The first thing is unity. A civil resistance movement must unify the widest possible spectrum of society, young, old, all ethnic groups, all religious groups, all economic strata, around a limited set of achievable goals, and designate, for the moment, a leadership that has legitimacy to mobilize all these groups in service of those goals. So, unity. The second thing that's required is planning. There has to be the capacity for that leadership to look objectively at what its capabilities are, who it can mobilize, what tactics are at its disposal, how to sequence those tactics in a way that has the biggest negative impact on the opponent, where the cost is greatest to the opponent than it is to yourselves. That planning needs to go on at both an offensive and defensive level. A defensive level means that there's some things that you should anticipate are going to happen to you. For example, you might have repression that might end up killing some of the leadership. There needs to be planning for redundancy of leadership. And then there's offensive things that can be done, which are all the tactics of nonviolent resistance that are strikes and boycotts and mass protests. And then so you have unity and you have the capacity to continuous planning. And then the last of the three is nonviolent discipline. Now, nonviolent discipline is the reason I use the term discipline is to emphasize it's a strategic choice, not a moral one. Because civil resistance can't succeed unless you induce loyalty shifts and ultimately defections from the other side that basically weaken the other side's power base. And the two problems with injecting violent tactics into a civil resistance movement. The first is once for sure the violent tactics will be responded to with the party that has the monopoly or the predominance of armed power. And so once that response comes, it's highly likely that the wide majority of the population will go indoors, because not everybody is willing to take the same risks for a civil resistance movement. The general population that you work so hard to get involved, they're the group that's most likely to be willing to take the least risk. And when violence is afoot, they'll go indoors. And the second reason is that you're specifically trying to create loyalty shifts amongst the opposition. It's very hard to create those loyalty shifts when you're threatening to kill them or maim them. It just doesn't, the two don't go together. So unity, planning, and nonviolent discipline are the ingredients that are sort of the necessary conditions for a successful civil resistance movement. And I think expressed this way, they transcend all cultures and all time.